In this video, we're going to talk about a couple of hot weather tips. We're going to mention temperature, pressure, and a capacitor. In this view, we see a common Copeland scroll, which is common in most air conditioners and heat pumps. Inside the compressor, there are protectors for the compressor so that it doesn't kill itself. There's a thermal protector, which is at the top at the discharge port, and it protects the compressor from over temperature. There's also an internal pressure relief valve that will open up and bleed high pressure back into the low side if there is a high pressure issue that attacks the compressor. And then there's an overload protector, which is embedded in the windings of the electric motor in the compressor. And it is designed to open if the motor overheats. So inside the compressor, you have protection for thermal or temperature, and you also have protection from a high pressure condition. We also mentioned capacitors. Capacitors are something that you need to look at, especially during summertime in the hot weather. The capacitor on the left is a normal capacitor straight off the shelf and is ready to go into service in any air conditioner or heat pump. The capacitor on the right has a bulge where the top has been pushed up. This is a indication that the capacitor has failed and needs to be replaced. A number of years ago, I got a call from a technician who had just installed a brand new air conditioner, and the homeowners were real excited about getting air conditioning on a hot summer day. The problem was that when he went to start up the AC, the outdoor fan would not come on, and so the compressor would trip off on high pressure right away. He had worked on this unit for most of the day trying to get it to run, and he finally called me and asked me to come out and take a look at it. So on my way home, I stopped by and took a look at the unit, and I said to him, "Do you have a run capacitor on your truck?" And he goes, "Yeah, I do." I said, "Well, go get it and let's replace this one and put the one off your truck into this unit." So he did that, and we started up the unit, and the fan, compressor, everything came on, and the homeowners had air conditioning. The technician looked at me and he said, "I've been working on this thing most of the day." He said, "You drove up here and within less than a minute, you knew what the problem was." He said, "How did you do that?" I said, "Well, I looked at the run capacitor and the top was bulged out, which is a direct indication that that capacitor has failed." So a little tip like this on a hot summer day, if you see a bulge or any kind of discoloration or disfigurement on a run capacitor, it's most likely failed and is probably the issue why the air conditioner or the fan will not run. As we stated before, one of the other issues that you come across most often in a hot summer day is high pressure. And this is either caused by an overcharge situation or a problem with a restriction in either the compressor or the refrigerant line. And so it is up to you, the technician, to figure out why the system is tripping on high head pressure. Well, let's take another look at our compressor cutaway to reiterate what we've talked about in this video. The thermal protector on the top of the compressor is there for temperature. On a hot summer day, this can trip, and a lot of technicians will ohm out a compressor windings and think that there is something wrong with the compressor when it's just the thermal protector that's open. So make sure that the thermal protection on the compressor is reset before you condemn a compressor. Then talking about high pressure issues, there's the internal pressure relief valve that will open up in a high pressure situation. And as we stated, could be a charge situation, could be a restriction, Or it could even be airflow that would cause a high pressure situation. And then the overload protector, which is embedded in the windings of the motor. Temperature. On a hot summer day, the motor could overheat. Could be a low charge situation where the motor is not being cooled by return suction gas. But this overload protector needs to be reset. And again, by ohming out the compressor, you would see that this overload is open. And a lot of technicians will condemn a compressor because they think they have an open winding. So make sure you check all these things on a hot summer day if you have a compressor that will not run. So again, if you have an air conditioner on a hot summer day that's not running, you want to check the temperature of the compressor, you want to check the pressure of the refrigerant side, and you want to take a look at the capacitors.
Go to arefco.com for more videos, like, subscribe, and check back every week for new videos.